Take a look at that line of traffic. A nightmare unfolding for miles after a tanker truck loaded with flammable gas crashes in one of the most heavily traveled areas of San Jose. The crash happened at 6:30 tonight, and traffic is backing up right now all the way into Cupertino.
Yep, in just past hour, tow trucks finally arrived on the scene. This is all happening right now along Interstate 280 at the interchange of 880 and Highway 17. All three freeways have been impacted by closures.
KPIX 5's Andria Borba talked to a witness who felt it when it happened, and she's live at the scene. Andria?
Well, take a look behind me. We're going to have photojournalist, KPIX 5 photojournalist Clayton Ruschel pan over. You can see three big rig, heavy-duty tow trucks over there. They've determined in the past hour that this big rig carrying 8,600 gallons of propane, that is a number corrected by the CHP, 8,600 gallons of propane is not leaking at this point, and they're going to attempt to upright it and then reassess the situation to see whether or not they need to offload all of that propane before they move this big rig off the freeway. Now, you're looking at some video that we shot earlier today. This crash happened about 6:30 in the evening, and where this crash happened is about a quarter of a mile from Valley Medical Center. That big rig driver was brought to Valley Medical Center and assessed for his injuries. He had some minor injuries. The concern for a while was that this tanker full of propane was going to blow in this very heavily populated neighborhood not far from Valley Medical Center. There were worries about considering evacuating or doing voluntary evacuations in these neighborhoods. That has since changed at this point. It does not appear that San Jose Police and the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department are going to evacuate these neighborhoods, but they are still reassessing. It is a very fluid situation out here right now. Here is what one neighbor had to say all of this sounded like from inside her house.
We were sitting around in our garage, and we heard kind of this boom, muffled boom, because all of our doors were closed. We had the heater on, but it was also a vibration. My nephew ran outside, and he went over to the freeway to look over to see what had happened. He heard people saying, "It may blow, stay away."
Take a live look out here right now. You can still see the crews out here on the freeway onto northbound 280 are still trying to figure out exactly which angles to attack this from to get this big rig uprighted. As I've said, they've determined there are no leaks of this 8,600 gallons of propane at this time. So they're going to flip this thing back onto all of its wheels and then reassess from there to see if they need to drain the propane to get this truck off the freeway and get the freeway reopened, or if they can just take it off as it is. It is still a very fluid situation, Liz. As we have more information, we will bring it to you.
Worst time of night. It couldn't have happened at a worse time of night, Andria. I mean, 6:30 on a Friday, right before a long holiday weekend, and traffic is still backed up.
Well, Liz, think about where we are. We're kind of in the heart of Silicon Valley. Valley Medical Center, a quarter of a mile to my left. Not far from where I'm standing right now, Valley Fair Mall, as all of those last-minute holiday shoppers are piling in and out of there to get their gifts. And all of these freeways kind of feed into that whole mess right here. And at the moment, most of them have impacts and closures, keeping drivers off of the roads and onto these city streets.
Oh, and we're looking at those live pictures of the freeway now, Andria, and it is bumper to bumper as far as the eye can see. People still stuck in traffic, stuck on the freeway, and it's 11 o'clock at night.
That's exactly right, Liz. It may be a few more hours before the scene over here to my right is cleared off. So we could be looking at traffic impacts well into the midnight hour, past midnight possibly, depending on exactly what the situation with that big rig tanker full of 8,600 gallons of propane is.
Yeah, not good news for drivers. All right, Andria, thank you.